there, and welcome to Get Off My Lawn, the show that talks about whatever the hell I want to talk about. It's my show. Today we're talking about memories, and where the hell are my keys? First off, I'm not talking about senior moments. You know, like when you realize you need something from another room, and the second you enter the other room, you can't for the life of you remember why you went there. The annoying part is that the only way to remember why you went in there is to go back to the room you started in. And as soon as you go back to the room you started in, you immediately remember why you got up in the first place. One time, I was determined to stay in the room I went into until I remembered why I went in there. It took about 5 minutes, and then suddenly I remembered. Oh, right, I have to pee. No, this show is more about memory and memories. Why does my brain work the way it does? Why do I remember some things and not others? Let me explain. I went to college. I got a degree. I was a biology major. I took pre-med. I took lots of science courses. Biology, physics, math, chemistry. I got good grades, all A's and B's, and I learned lots of stuff. I mean, hell, I knew calculus. I knew what a derivative was. No, not those financial thingies that caused the global crash of 2008, but you know, equations that started with dx over dy or something like that. Now, did you notice the past tense in those last sentences? I knew all those things. Today, all that information, it's gone. It's vanished, like I never took any of those courses. Actually, I do remember that there was something called the Krebs cycle. It had to do with respiration or metabolism. I know it's something that we do, and it's very important, and if we don't all do it, we're going to die. But that's all I remember. And yet, with no effort at all, I can recite all the words to the theme song to the 1960s TV show Mr. Ed. A horse is a horse, of course, and nobody can talk to a horse, of course. That is, of course, unless the horse is the famous Mr. Ed. I could go on and do the second verse, but I won't. Hell, I can even recite the words to Car 54, Where Are You? And I didn't even really watch the show that often. There's a holdup in the Bronx. Brooklyn's broke it out in fights. There's a traffic jam in Harlem that's backed up to Jackson Heights. There's a scout troop short a child. Khrushchev's duet Idlewild.
Car 54, where are you?
I swear, I did that from memory. They flowed effortlessly from my brain like crap from a goose. I didn't have to Google them. Which brings me to my next point. We live in an amazing age. We have all the knowledge of the world literally at our fingertips. Any question you could possibly think of can be Googled. I mean, it's gotten so easy you can type the most rambling question and still get the right answer. For example, a while ago, I got into a conversation about a time travel movie that was about an aircraft carrier that went back in time to just before Pearl Harbor, but I couldn't for the life of me remember the name. So I typed the following sentence into Google. There was this movie sort of about an aircraft, I think, that goes back in time to Pearl Harbor, and boom! At this point, Google popped up The Final Countdown, which is the movie I was looking for. It listed the cast, the plot, and where I could buy it, all before I could finish typing a full sentence. Wow. And it made me realize I could use the internet to bring back all that science knowledge I once had. But I don't. I use it for far more important stuff, like finding cat videos, or the name of the actor my wife and I are currently watching on TV. We know we've seen him somewhere on some other show, but we can't for the life of us remember. So Google it. Go to IMDb. So here's the deal. I don't know why my brain works the way it does. You know, I actually looked up the Krebs cycle on Wikipedia. When I started reading it, I actually remembered most of it. Though I got to admit, it was pretty dull. Mr. Ed was a lot more fun. Maybe I do know why my brain works the way it does. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to click, subscribe, comment, tab, poke, prod, shove, tickle, or whatever the hell you're supposed to do in these sites. And be sure to check out my 2 favorite websites, Serendipity, searching for intelligent life on Earth. Spoiler alert, not a lot of luck so far. and Voicescapes Audio Theater, the place to go for the best in audio comedy and drama. Well, that's all for now. See you next episode. Now get off my lawn.